What is up, you guys, and welcome to the Upper 90 YouTube soccer channel. Today we're talking about a Chelsea rumor about none other than, wait for it, everyone stop what you're doing, Eden Hazard. Yes, the one and only Eden Hazard has been talked about coming back to Chelsea, so let's stick around and talk about what this means for Chelsea and the player himself. For those that don't know who I am, my name is Mike, huge Chelsea fan, which is why we're talking about possibly a player that could sign for Chelsea known as Eden Hazard. Yes, the one and only Hazard has been linked to Chelsea this summer. Now, as we recall, he did come to our club back in 2012 after we won the Champions League. It almost seems bittersweet if he would come back to us after we won the Champions League again, since we are champions of Europe. Now, obviously, this is going to be a different player than what we signed back in 2012. We had him from 2012 to 2019, where he then was sold to Real Madrid for about an $85 million fee. And I think if we were to buy this player, we could probably get him for around 40 million, maybe 50, depending on the market itself. But that would be about a 40 million profit on this player that we just sold 2 years ago. Now, why is he so important, and why do I think Chelsea could definitely benefit from him? Well, let's go over his stats when he played at Chelsea. Now, like I said, he started in 2012 and played till 2019. And in that time, he won multiple things. He won the Premier League. He won the Premier League twice, actually. He won the FA Cup. He won the League Cup. He won Europa League twice. And just to name a few other things, is that he had goals of the month. He was also player of the season back in 2014 and 2015. And in that time, he had 245 appearances with Chelsea, scoring 85 goals and 54 assists. So this is a player that knows how to win with Chelsea. And he's definitely a player that could come and influence the locker room, I think, with his knowledge, his skills, his ability, and his winning mentality. Now, the problem, obviously, with Eden Hazard is with his age, his fitness, and his injury proneness. Now, all three of those things are big things, but let's start with his age. Yes, being 30 years old is getting up there in age, but at 30, he still has a couple years left in his tank, I believe, because we've seen multiple players that are in their 30s, mid-30s, that are still playing the Premier League and playing pretty well. Now, if Eden Hazard can get back to his fitness and not get injured, we could possibly see him play for Chelsea for multiple seasons coming up. Now, again, I don't see him being a starter right away if he came back to Chelsea, which I know seems like a lot for a bench player, but think about this. We're in the 60th minute. Kai Havertz, Timo Werner, Mason Mount, one of those players is starting to get a little fatigued. Thomas Tuchel looks over to his bench and goes, you know what? I'm going to bring on Eden Hazard. Any team that has to go against that is going to be furious and not know what to do, because his talent, anything can happen. As we saw at the Euros, he's definitely a player that can still switch it on at any given time. Now, like I said, with his injuries, though, that is going to be one of the big factors. But if he's a bench player coming off the bench, that may help him kind of recover, get back to where he needs to be, not pick up too many injuries, and therefore slowly but surely pick up more game time and eventually start with this club. Now, the problem with that, though, then, is we have to figure out where exactly he would fit. Now, he obviously would play it out on the wing, but that then means that we have so many wing players that who would we bench then by themselves? So obviously that means Pulisic, Ziyech, Kai Havertz, Timo Werner, Mason Mount, Hudson-Odoi, just to name a few, and all those players are definitely worthy of starting for Chelsea. But even again, like I said, it's hard to then have Eden Hazard, if he's fully fit and healthy, not having any injuries, to keep him as a bench player, because he obviously needs to start. Now, like I said, though, with the injury, he only did have 43 appearances with Real Madrid in his 2 seasons. So therefore, again, this is going to be a little bit tricky situation, but I think our physio team can really bring him back to where he needs to be. And I think the other problem at Real Madrid is that his heart was not in there. Yes, he got sold because he really wanted to go to Real Madrid, but I think once he went there, he realized how much he missed Chelsea, the fans, the atmosphere, and everything there. And I think it's a place that he wants to go back to and possibly end his career, which, as a Chelsea fan, I'd be more than happy to see him come back and shine as a player and possibly win multiple trophies again with Thomas Tuchel. Now, like I said, there are a few things that maybe snag this deal that may or may not happen, but overall, I would be more than happy if Chelsea were to sign Eden Hazard. So I'm asking you guys who are following and watching this video, what do you think? Should Chelsea sign Eden Hazard? Comment down below if you think it will be a good signing, bad signing, or if they should deal with someone else and just forget about Eden Hazard and move on to a different winger / forward. So that is all I have for you today. Again, my name is Mike. If you are new to this YouTube channel, make sure to like and subscribe down below. I greatly appreciate that. That helps grow this YouTube channel, helps get this video out to more and more Chelsea fans. So again, that is all, and we will see you next time.